Hello everyone, I welcome you to the video lecture on high voltage engineering. This is the third part of first module, that is breakdown in solid dielectrics. Let us begin our discussion with introduction regarding solid dielectrics. You know, everywhere in the electric circuit and devices, the solid dielectric materials are used. So since the solid dielectrics are commonly used all kinds of electric circuit and devices. Even this solid dielectrics which provides the insulation for current carrying conductor. You know, the high voltage cable, so there will be insulation provided over the conductor. So that insulation, so there the solid dielectric materials are used. So what are the properties of good solid dielectric materials? So these are the properties. So first property is good mechanical strength. So it should capable to withstand the higher stress over the conductor, free from gaseous inclusion. It should be free from gaseous products. So there is no any composition of water, the gaseous products, free from moisture. So resistant to thermal and chemical deterioration. So there is no effect on dielectric material by water chemically or thermally. So that means, so this solid dielectric, it will resist the thermal deterioration and chemical deterioration. So deterioration means what? So spoil somewhere. So the process in which lose its properties due to what? Chemical effect or the thermal effect. So if you consider the good dielectric material or good solid dielectric material, it should possess this property. It should resistant to thermal and chemical deterioration. So this material should not affected by water the chemical reaction, and it should not affected by the water thermally. So it will resist to thermal and chemical deterioration. And low dielectric loss. So there should not be any loss in the water dielectric material. So these are the some main properties of the solid which should be water good dielectric material. Now let us discuss types of breakdown mechanism in solid dielectrics. You know the breakdown mechanism. So there are number of types or the number of classifications. So in this solid dielectric material breakdown. So first classification is intrinsic or ionic breakdown. So this intrinsic or ionic breakdown which can be further classified into electronic breakdown and avalanche breakdown. So second classification is electromechanical breakdown. Third one is failure due to treating and tracking. Fourth one thermal breakdown. Fifth one electrochemical breakdown. Then sixth one breakdown due to internal discharge. Now here for your syllabus, the three breakdown mechanisms are provided, that is intrinsic or ionic breakdown, electromechanical breakdown and thermal breakdown. So since I have highlighted these three breakdown mechanisms, now let us study all these three types of breakdown mechanisms one by one. So in this video, let us study the intrinsic or ionic breakdown mechanism. Next video will come up with electromechanical breakdown and thermal breakdown mechanism. Now let us consider intrinsic or ionic. Let us consider intrinsic breakdown. When the breakdown occurs, usually there is a small number of conduction electrons will be present in the solid dielectric materials. So what are the reason for the intrinsic breakdown? So the reason is the small number of impurities. First reason. Second reason is structural imperfection of dielectric materials are responsible for intrinsic breakdown. So these two reasons which will responsible for intrinsic breakdown. First reason is there will be a small number of impurities. The impurities are lesser, so which leads to what? The breakdown, and there will be what design strategy which is related to dielectric material, that is structural imperfection of dielectric material. So these two are the main reasons for intrinsic breakdown. And the impurity of atom or molecules or both act as traps for the conduction electrons. You know, the impurities which are present in the atoms or the molecules, so those will trap the conduction electrons up to certain range of the water electric field and temperatures. So once the certain temperature or certain electric field is applied to the atom or molecules, so whatever be the impurities present in the atoms or even the molecules, so those will trap the water, the conduction electrons up to certain level. When these ranges are exceeded, so whatever be the trapping of an electrons, free electrons in an atom or molecules, so this range it gone exceeded. So what happens? Additional electrons in addition to trapped electrons are released, and these electrons participate in the conduction process. And whatever be the trapping of the electrons by the impurities which are present in the atoms, so up to certain range, so this will go on extended or exceeded. So what happens? So there will be a what additional electrons in addition to the trapped electrons are released, and these electrons are called as what free electrons. So these will participate in the conduction process. Presence of free electrons which are capable of migration through the lattice of the dielectrics. So these will be migrated through the water, the lattice of the dielectrics. Whatever be the free electrons which are present, so that free electrons, so which can capable of migration through the lattice of the dielectrics. Process will be repeated until the completion of dielectric breakdown of solid dielectric material. So once the breakdown occur, what happens? The impurities which are present in the atom, so it will trap the free electrons. So up to certain extent, up to certain range. So this range it gone exceeded. So addition to the electrons in trapped electrons, so there will be some other electrons are liberated from the atom. So these atoms, these electrons which will participate in the water conduction process, and these are migrated through the water lattice of the dielectrics, and this process continues and this process repeats until there will be water completion of the water dielectric breakdown. Now there are two types of intrinsic breakdown. So first type is electronic breakdown, second type is avalanche breakdown. Now let us study these two types of water breakdown mechanism. Now let us consider electronic breakdown. Due to the presence of large density free electrons in a solid dielectrics. Now this electronic breakdown will occur due to the presence of the large density free electrons in the water solid dielectrics. So once the large number of free electrons are present in the solid dielectrics, so the electronic breakdown will occur. So how? So whenever a high voltage is applied to that particular atom, so there will be a collision between large free electrons will take place. So density of the free electrons will be more. So once the high voltage is applied to that particular atom, so what happens? So there will be a collision between large free electrons will take place, which results in electrons gain energy from the electric field and cross the forbidden energy gap from the valence to the conduction band. So again, this is what a basic aspect. You studied the atomic theory. How? So once the electron it gains the energy, so that electrons will jump from one energy level to the another energy level. So here the electrons which gains the energy from the electric field which cross the forbidden energy gap, that means which jumps from valence band to the water conduction band. Eventually dielectric breakdown takes place. So in this case the dielectric breakdown will be what it taken place. So what happens? Electronic breakdown, it means so it is due to the water presence of large density free electrons in a solid dielectrics. Once the high voltage is applied to the dielectric material, so there will be a collision between large free electrons. So which results to that electron gains the energy from the electric field and which cross the forbidden energy gap, that means which jumps the valence band to the water conduction band. In this way, the dielectric breakdown will take place. Now, avalanche or streamer breakdown. Now, this is similar to the breakdown in gaseous dielectric. You know how the breakdown will occur in case of water, gaseous dielectric. So, this is similar as that of water, the avalanche or streamer breakdown. Avalanche breakdown or streamer breakdown is a phenomena that can occur in both insulating and semiconducting materials. So this process, this breakdown mechanism will occur in both materials, insulating as well as semiconducting materials. It is a form of electric current multiplication, so that can allow very large current within materials and causes dielectric breakdown. Now it is in the form of what? Electric current multiplication. So that can allow very large current within the material. Once the breakdown occur, so there will be what? The electric current multiplication will be taken place. So if the electric current multiplication will be taken place, so that leads to what? Very large current within the material. So which cause the water? Dielectric breakdown. That is called as the water avalanche or streamer breakdown. Avalanche or streamer breakdown, it is nothing but it is a form of what? Electric current multiplication. So which leads to water? Very large current within the dielectric material. So that leads to water dielectric breakdown. Now the first step in the formation of avalanche. The formation of avalanche which creates a space charge. Space charge is nothing but a collection of charge or cloud of charge. The first step is that water. So there is a formation of water, the avalanche. Now how the avalanche will be formed? So avalanche is nothing but it creates water, some space charge. There will be a collection of water charge or cloud of charge. Now space charge which leads to water additional electric field. So obviously there will be a collection of the charges. So that leads to water the additional electric field. So this electric field enhance the growth of a new avalanche. And whatever be the charges will be collected, so that is called as what? The space charge. So this space charge, so it enhance the growth of new avalanche. So it leads to what? There will be a growth of what? New avalanche. Now the ionized region grows quickly and expand. Once the ionization process will takes place, so the region which is ionized, so that will grows quicker and quickly it will expand. When the energy gained by the electrons greater than lattice ionization potential, formation of avalanche takes place. It is the condition for avalanche breakdown. What is the condition for the avalanche breakdown? When the energy gained by the electrons greater than lattice ionization potential, formation of avalanche takes place. How the avalanche will be takes place? So the energy which is gained by the electron, which will be greater than the water lattice ionization potential. So there will be a dielectric material. So the electrons are present, the dielectric materials. So whatever be the energy which is gained by the water electrons in dielectric material, which should be greater than the water, the ionization potential of water, the dielectric material. So then only, so there will be a water avalanche formation. You know how the avalanche formed? What is the process for the formation of water avalanche? So during the formation of avalanche, so which creates water space charge. So there will be a collection of water charge, or it is called as water cloud of charge. So this space charge which leads to on water the additional electric field. So which enhance this additional electric field, it enhances the water growth of new avalanche. So this will expand. So ionized region which grows faster and expands quicker. So this is about water, and even breakdown occur when avalanche exceeds critical size and formation of many avalanches. So there will be a number of avalanches are formed. So why number of avalanches are formed? Because this avalanche, whatever the one avalanche will be formed, so that will expand quicker by, because obviously the condition for the avalanche. What is the condition for the avalanche? So that is the energy which is gained by the electron which is greater than the water lattice ionization potential, then the avalanche will be formed. Once this electrons which gain the energy which is lesser than the lattice ionization potential, then only this avalanche breakdown will be reduced. Now this is about the avalanche breakdown. So this comes under the intrinsic breakdown mechanism. So this is one of the breakdown mechanism in solid dielectrics. Now there are two breakdown mechanism. So that is electromechanical breakdown mechanism and thermal breakdown mechanism. So those will be studied in next video lecture. So till then, thank you, bye.